So when did you realize that you had a great singing voice?
When I was in the car, my dad's driving, and then suddenly I just sang My Heart Will Go On, and then he was like, wow.
Celine Dion song.
Yeah.
Celine Tam was the young star with a voice that left millions breathless. But when the spotlight faded, where did her path lead? Fame, fortune, or something far different? What secrets lie behind her journey? Her story took unexpected turns, and the girl who once stole the stage may have surprises no one saw coming. Is her journey truly over, or has it only just begun? Early life and journey to America's Got Talent. Celine Tam was a little girl with big dreams and an even bigger voice. Her path to fame started long before her appearance on America's Got Talent. But before the world knew her as a singing sensation, Celine was just a girl from Hong Kong with a powerful gift. Born on November 22, 2007, in Hong Kong, Celine's parents, Dr. Steve Tam and Zemin Shah, didn't know what they were in for when they first heard their daughter sing. Dr. Steve, a music teacher and vocal coach, was always surrounded by music. But it wasn't until a car ride one day that he realized Celine was something special. While driving, young Celine started belting out My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, the iconic song from Titanic. Her parents were shocked by how perfectly she hit every note. It was a defining moment for the family. Celine's natural talent was undeniable, and it was clear her future was going to be filled with music. Encouraged by that moment, Dr. Steve began giving Celine singing lessons. He wasn't just her dad, he was her first teacher. With his experience and passion for music, he helped her develop her voice, teaching her the techniques that would take her to the next level. Celine was always supported by her parents, who cheered her on every step of the way. By the time Celine was just 7, she had taken a huge leap. She performed You Raise Me Up in a televised singing competition in China and nailed it. Her voice was crystal clear, and she was quickly becoming a young star. The performance earned her lots of praise, putting her in the spotlight and opening doors to bigger opportunities. That same year, Celine teamed up with Canadian singer Jeffrey Lee for a duet of You Raise Me Up. The performance was so impressive that it caught the attention of Steve Harvey's NBC show, Little Big Shots, in 2015. This was Celine's big break. At just 8 years old, she was already a rising star in the music world. People started to take notice of her incredible voice and stage presence. But Celine didn't stop there. She kept performing, diving into singing competitions and wowing audiences wherever she went. Her passion for music only grew, and she worked hard every day to improve her craft. Her dad's music school, the Singing New Music Center, gave her the perfect environment to nurture her talent. All those years of training and performing laid the foundation for Celine's America's Got Talent audition. By the time she hit that stage, she wasn't just a kid with a big voice. She was a seasoned performer with experience that most adults would envy. Her hard work, confidence, and determination paid off when she stepped into the spotlight and wowed the judges. As she got ready for her audition, Celine carried with her the lessons she'd learned along the way. She knew that the key to success was practice, perseverance, and self-belief. And she was ready to show the world what she was made of. America's Got Talent, Golden Buzzer, and meeting Celine Dion. In 2017, Celine Tam made a life-changing decision that would set her on an unforgettable journey. At just 9 years old, she decided to audition for America's Got Talent, one of the most popular talent shows in the world. It's a show known for its tough judges, huge crowds, and incredible talent from all over the globe. For Celine, getting on that stage was her chance to shine and show the world her voice. It was a bold move, and she didn't know it then, but it would change her life forever. From the moment Celine stepped onto the AGT stage, she won everyone over with her charm and confidence. Even though she was so young, she seemed completely at ease, like she belonged there. She introduced herself with a big smile and told the judges about her little sister, Dion. The crowd instantly loved her, especially when she revealed that her parents were huge fans of Celine Dion and had named their daughters after the legendary singer. It was clear that music was a huge part of her life, and the judges couldn't wait to hear what she'd sing. Simon Cowell, who's known for being pretty tough on contestants, couldn't help but smile when he asked Celine what artist she had chosen. With a playful grin, she answered, Celine Dion. The whole room erupted in laughter, and the excitement in the air grew even more. It was clear that Celine had a personality that was as big as her voice. When the music started and Celine began singing My Heart Will Go On, the iconic song from Titanic, The room fell silent. From the first note, it was obvious that Celine's voice was something special. Even though she was just 9, her vocals were powerful, mature, and filled with emotion. She hit those soaring high notes with ease, and the audience couldn't help but be completely captivated. As she sang, you could see how much the performance meant to her. She wasn't just singing, she was telling a story with her voice. By the time she reached the peak of the song, the crowd was on their feet, applauding loudly. The judges were just as blown away. Simon Cowell, who is known for being tough, was genuinely impressed by Celine's performance. Heidi Klum and Mel B were smiling and nodding along to the music, clearly in awe of her stage presence. Howie Mandel was visibly moved, saying how much he loved her voice. When Celine finished, the judges stood and cheered for her, and the audience followed suit. It was clear Celine had made a major impression. After her performance, the judges couldn't wait to share their thoughts. Simon praised her, saying that she is incredible. Heidi loved how confident and poised she was. Mel B was impressed with her technique, and Howie said Celine had a bright future ahead of her. With such positive feedback, it was no surprise that Celine moved on to the next round. For her next performance, she chose to sing "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You" by Michael Bolton. And once again, she blew the audience away with her talent. She sang with so much emotion that the crowd stood up even before she finished the song. Then something extraordinary happened. Guest judge Elle Cox, so moved by Celine's performance, didn't hesitate to press the golden buzzer, sending her straight to the live shows. Celine made history that night. She became the first Chinese performer to ever receive a golden buzzer on America's Got Talent. It was a huge moment, and it meant that Celine was skipping the next round and going straight to the live shows. The judges and audience were ecstatic, and so was Celine. She'd made it to the big stage. In the semi-finals, Celine chose to perform "How Far I'll Go" from the movie Moana. She delivered a stunning performance that left everyone, including the judges, speechless. Though she didn't win the competition, something even more incredible was about to happen for her. Celine had always dreamed of meeting her idol, Celine Dion. Even though she hadn't won the competition, she still felt grateful for the opportunity to perform on such a big stage. She shared her gratitude on Twitter and posted a video of herself singing "My Heart Will Go On," the same song she had auditioned with. The video quickly went viral, and people were touched by her voice. Then, a week after she was eliminated from the show, something amazing happened. Celine Dion herself reached out to Celine on Twitter, congratulating her on her incredible performances and inviting her and her family to one of her shows in Las Vegas. Celine could hardly believe it. Her idol had noticed her. She was over the moon with excitement, and she couldn't wait to meet Celine Dion in person. But despite all the sunshine and rainbows, Celine Tam's life didn't escape public scrutiny and rumors. From whispers about her career choices to speculation on her next big move, the spotlight came with its own shadows. Every step forward seemed to invite a new wave of questions. Was she living up to the hype, or had the pressure of fame become too much? Behind the scenes, was Celine facing struggles no one knew about? Rumors and rumbling. When Celine Tam first hit the America's Got Talent stage, her family was there every step of the way, cheering her on. But as her star began to rise, so did rumors that made everything much more complicated. After AGT, whispers started spreading about Celine's relationship with her dad, Dr. Steve Tam. Some people started accusing him of using his daughter to get famous. The rumors were fueled by the fact that Dr. Steve was also a singer and had released his own album. People thought he was riding on Celine's coattails, using her talent to promote his music. The idea that he cared more about his own success than helping Celine made its way through social media, and soon the gossip took off. But here's the truth. Dr. Steve never had any intention of using Celine for fame. He loved his daughter deeply and worked tirelessly to help her develop her talent. He spent hours coaching her, practicing with her, and supporting her every step of the way. It wasn't about him, it was about Celine's happiness and success. Still, the rumors kept going. Some even claimed that Dr. Steve was taking students from other music teachers to boost his career. To clear things up, Dr. Steve stepped forward and addressed the rumors. He made it clear that he wasn't using Celine to become famous. He apologized to anyone who thought he was trying to take advantage of others, showing proof that he had a real doctorate and wasn't just a wannabe celebrity. He wanted to set the record straight once and for all. Despite his efforts, the gossip didn't stop. The nasty rumors about Dr. Steve continued, and Celine had to watch as people criticized her family. It was tough for her, especially since she knew how much her dad loved her and how hard he worked to help her succeed. Thankfully, Celine wasn't alone. Her mom, Z, and her sister Dion stood by her dad and supported Celine through it all. They knew the truth, and together they kept their heads high. More people started to see Celine for who she truly was, an incredibly talented young singer. The focus shifted back to her, and the rumors slowly began to fade. Things began to calm down, and Celine was back on the track, focusing on her music career. Then something amazing happened. Ellen DeGeneres, the queen of discovering new talent, took notice of Celine. After seeing her on America's Got Talent, Ellen knew she had to invite her to be a guest on her show. Ellen's show is known for spotlighting talented people, and she thought Celine would blow the audience away. When Celine found out, she was beyond excited. This was a huge opportunity, a chance to sing in front of millions of people and show off her talent to a whole new audience. Celine and her family flew from Hong Kong to the US to appear on the Ellen DeGeneres show. It was a big deal for them, and they were thrilled to be a part of it. The journey was long, but Celine's parents were so proud of her and wanted to make the experience special. When they arrived at the studio, Ellen and her team made them feel incredibly welcome. It was clear that this was going to be a moment to remember. Celine was nervous, but excited at the same time. She had performed in front of big crowds before, but this was different. Ellen's show is watched by millions, and it felt like a bigger stage than ever. But with her dad by her side, offering encouragement, Celine was ready. When it was her turn to perform, the audience cheered, and Celine took the stage with confidence. She sang a beautiful, powerful song, and the crowd was completely captivated. By the time she finished, the applause was deafening. Ellen couldn't have been more impressed. She told Celine she was an incredible singer, and you could tell how much she admired her talent. After the performance, Celine sat down with Ellen for a chat. Celine shared how much she loved singing from a young age, how her dad had taught her, and how music was her passion. Ellen listened closely, making Celine feel totally at ease. After the show, Celine and her family decided to stick around the US for a few more days, taking in some sightseeing and enjoying the time together. It was a nice break from all the craziness, and they made some amazing memories. From there, everything changed. The rumors about her dad eventually faded, and Celine was back in the spotlight for all the right reasons. With her talent and determination, she had won the hearts of millions. And now, thanks to Ellen, she was reaching even more people. It was clear that Celine's future was bright, and her family stood strong behind her, proving that together they could face anything. Celine Tam's rising career. After Celine Tam's big moment on Ellen's show, things really started taking off for her. She was determined to keep improving, so she kept practicing her singing every day. As her fame grew, more invitations poured in for performances, and she quickly became a household name back in Hong Kong. People recognized her on the streets and asked for autographs. It was an exciting time for Celine. One of the biggest milestones in Celine's career came in 2018 when she won the Mozart Music King #1 battle. This massive karaoke competition aired on TVB in Hong Kong, and Celine went up against some seriously talented singers. For her first performance, she nailed My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, scoring a huge 98.4 points. That set the stage for her winning streak. In her second performance, she sang a heartfelt Japanese song, Not Isuzu, earning another impressive 97.9 points and securing her spot in the finals. By the time the finals rolled around, Celine was ready to give it her all. She faced off against the reigning champion, Hinata, and decided to sing Let It Go from Frozen. Her performance was pure magic, full of power and emotion. Celine scored an incredible 98.7 points and was crowned the winner. It was a huge achievement and gave her even more recognition in Hong Kong. Her family couldn't have been prouder. But that wasn't the end of her rise to fame. In 2019, Celine took part in the special edition of World's Got Talent in China. This international competition brought together performers from around the globe, and Celine was chosen to represent Hong Kong. She sang an original song that blew everyone away. That meant she went straight to the top 8 of the competition. While she didn't win, getting the golden buzzer was a huge recognition of her talent on a global stage. and it helped her build a fan base worldwide. Alongside her singing achievements, Celine also took on a big new role in 2020. She was named an ambassador for Room to Read, a global organization focused on improving literacy and gender equality in underserved communities. Celine was passionate about this cause because she understands how important education is. As an ambassador, she worked hard to raise awareness and funds for the organization's programs, inspiring kids to love reading and learning. Despite all her success, Celine is still deeply committed to her music. She continues to practice and improve, building a massive online presence. With over 1 million subscribers on her YouTube channel, she shares cover songs and behind-the-scenes moments and gives fans a peek into her life. Celine is also super active on Instagram, where she has more than 200,000 followers. She posts videos, photos from her performances, and family moments. Her parents help manage her social media to keep her safe while letting her enjoy the fun side of being an online star. Celine has also performed at some major events, like the grand finale of the Hong Kong Sevens. Every time she hits the stage, she gives it her all, and the crowd always loves her energy and talent. Singing makes Celine happy, and she's always excited to see how her music connects with people. Her fans can't wait to see what she'll do next. And with her work ethic and passion for music, the sky's the limit for Celine Tam. Do you think Celine has what it takes to become a global superstar? Which one of her performances did you find the most captivating? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.